Hey guys, it is MattySports bringing you my final week of Week 16 prediction, since there's only one game, of the 2013 college football season. Last week in championship week I went 5-5. I got my upset special incorrect, and Michigan State pulled the upset over Ohio State. Oklahoma pulled the upset over Oklahoma State, and Bowling Green pulled the upset over Northern Illinois. So there were a few upsets that week, but overall I went 5-5 in that week. And also, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys my total season record for both all the games and for the upset. Now, for my upset special record, out of 15 weeks, I picked one game each week. I went 6-9, so I went below average. I had a 40% picking correct percentage, so I picked 40% of those upset specials correct. So, it's not that bad. It's hard to pick upsets, so I thought I did okay with that. And for the total season record, I went to 97-53 for a winning percentage of 65%. So I did above average, and it's not that bad of a percent, so I'll take it. But that was it for week 15, and now we're on to week 16, where there's only one game, and it is a game that you all know, and it is Army versus Navy. Now, this game is pretty easy for me to pick. I'm going to go ahead and choose Navy, because Navy has been dominating this game for like the past decade now, and I don't see that changing. And I think Navy's triple option offense is too good for Army's defense, so I like Navy in this one. And so with the predictions being done, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys my thoughts of how this college football season has panned out so far. It kicked off against Georgia and Clemson, where they played a thrilling game in which Clemson won, which was a huge statement win for the ACC early on. Also in Miami upset Florida in the next week, when Alabama played Texas A&M, and Alabama won by about a touchdown. That was a great game. In Georgia and South Carolina, where Georgia won after rebounding against that Clemson loss. And then, of course, Florida and Georgia started to dwindle down because of injuries, which was kind of unfortunate because they were expected to have good seasons. When Utah beat Stanford, all those upsets. Florida State playing Clemson on that game in Death Valley, where Florida State pretty much impressed everybody by defeating Clemson by over like 30-something points. It was pretty impressive when Florida State played Miami, and Florida State was able to win that. Alabama and LSU. LSU had a chance towards the end, but Alabama was able to pull through. Also with Ohio State and Northwestern, where Northwestern nearly upset them, but ever since that game, Northwestern just faltered and weren't able to climb back up. And the rivalry week with Ohio State and Michigan, Alabama, and actually I'm going to save that game for a little bit because that was too great. A couple of great plays with Nebraska and Northwestern with the Hail Mary. That was a really great play. And of course some individual performances of Johnny Manziel and Jameis Winston, AJ McCarron. They all had great seasons. Now going to rivalry week with Florida State and Florida. Florida State was able to win that one. Ohio State was able to stop Michigan on a 2-point conversion. And a game that happened 2 weeks before rivalry week with Auburn and Georgia, the prayer at Jordan Hare, the Hail Mary throw to flex off the two Georgia players, to which Auburn caught it. That was just spectacular. And then, of course, the kick six, where Alabama lined up for a 57-yard game-winning field goal with 1 second left in the fourth quarter. It came just a bit short, and Chris Davis was able to return that kick, technically 109 yards for a game-winning touchdown, which has to be the craziest ending in all of college football. I think it is better than the band on the field. I think that play was just spectacular, and it was a great play for college football, and just a great history moment for the Iron Bowl and in all of college football in general. Also, another play with the J.J. Thorin catch against Temple, UCF versus Temple. He was able to make that spectacular diving one-handed catch. That was a great play. UCF had a pretty good season overall. They only lost once to South Carolina, and now they're obviously representing the American Athletic Conference in the Fiesta Bowl against Baylor. But now moving on to championship week, as I kind of covered last week, Northern Illinois lost, Florida State won, Michigan State was able to upset Ohio State, and I guess that's pretty much it. But I guess I'll go ahead and preview some of the BCS Bowl games. In the Fiesta Bowl, we have Baylor versus UCF. In the Sugar Bowl, we have Oklahoma versus Alabama. And in the Orange Bowl, we have Clemson versus Ohio State. In the Rose Bowl, we have Michigan State and Stanford. And of course, in the Vizio BCS National Championship, we have Florida State versus Auburn. Now, I'm not going to predict those games yet. I'm going to make a huge prediction video when the Bulls season first starts, kind of like how ESPN does their Bowl Mania thing. So I'll predict every single one of those games, and that should be pretty fun to see how I predict in that. But I guess that's pretty much it for this whole season. I mean, it's not over yet. I still have all the bowl games to predict, so you guys have that to look forward to. But in terms of the regular season, everything is done. I went 97-53, pretty alright record in terms of winning percentage. And in terms of the Army and Navy game, I guess I'll tag that on after this game happens, because of course this is being recorded before that. And I guess I'll tell you my adjusted total season record when I make my bowls, all my bowl selection videos. So that'll pretty much do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one game prediction and me recapping a little bit of the college football season. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for next couple of weeks where I pick all the bowl games. See you guys next time. This has been MattySports signing out.